that little boy.
Okay.
He could correct me.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
We've got a tradition
Right.
where it's been
Do
memorized.
you think Christians have that? Why?
Maybe you never thought of it.
That's it. Then all these books come together after Jesus. That means that the Quran came before it. The Quran came, the Torah
Why would the Quran before it? How did the Quran come before it? Right. So he is united with the Father.
No, he's not.
Where did he come from?
No, it's not.
Where did he come from?
From
Because
God.
He came from God.
Yeah.
Did he come from heaven?
From God.
Jesus came from heaven.
Everything that he said is command from God. Let me finish. You see the Bible,
Yeah.
the Injil,
Yeah.
the Torah,
Okay.
the Psalm, all this came before the Quran.
Okay.
Came before the Quran.
Okay,
But the
before.
Bible
That's
didn't
not what you
come
were
before
saying
the
2
Quran.
minutes ago.
The Bible is after who? After Jesus.
Oh mate, you're very
It came
confused.
after.
Listen.
Let-
Are you going to answer the question I asked
My
you?
question is that
Okay.
the Injil
Okay.
and the Torah both came before Jesus.
Bible is Old Testament, New Testament put together. It's
By
the
who?
Bible.
Two together by who?
By 40 different
Is it before?
authors.
Is it,
About over 40
is it-
different authors.
Is it before Jesus or after Jesus?
Why did Jabril, yes,
No,
when he
my question-
when he
I don't
gave
answer
the
your
revelation to
question.
Muhammad,
Because the
why did
Bible
Muhammad think he was a demon?
I said it's both put together to become the actual Bible.
That's it. Then all these books come together after Jesus. That means that the Quran came before it. The Quran came, the
Why
Torah
would the
came
Quran
before
before
it.
it?
How can
How did the
the
Quran come before it?
Okay, so
When
How
did
can
the
the
Quran
Quran come before it?
when did the Bible came?
Use your brain.
When did
How
the
can
Bible
the Quran
came?
come before
When
it?
did the Bible came? I didn't talk about the Injil. I didn't talk about Torah. When the Bible?
What day
all
did
together.
Muhammad born? Tell me.
I didn't. I said
When did about
we
5
talk about
centuries?
the Quran.
5 centuries Muhammad was born.
Yes, the
Did
Quran, yes,
Did the
the Quran
Quran
talks
come
about
before
Muhammad.
Muhammad?
I said, listen to me here.
Did
Probably
the Quran
did, by
come
the way.
before
Listen
that?
to me here.
What?
Well, there are
Did the
parts of the
come
Quran that
before
came before
The
Muhammad.
Bible, the Bible
There are
itself,
parts of the Quran that came before Muhammad.
right.
Yep.
the Bible itself came after Jesus. Then after the Quran. But the Injil and the Torah and the Psalm, all this came before the Quran. That I understand it. Because the Torah, so if you say that Jesus, the Bible came before the Quran, who was the prophet who received the Bible? Tell me the name of the prophet who God gave.
Listen. Okay, this started because I asked you a question, yeah?
Your questions is irrelevant. That's why I don't.
Irrelevant question.
your questions
Irrelevant
are
question.
irrelevant.
No, listen.
Irrelevant
So
question.
your questions are
Listen.
irrelevant.
Okay, I'm gonna show you something.
We want to know.
Okay.
Why did Muhammad think he had seen a demon?
We all
Why?
listen.
Why?
You're wasting your time with this guy, you know.
Listen.
You're wasting your time.
We
talking
all are
about trees.
throwing
Maybe the
this
tree will
assembly
talk
just
back.
to prove that Jesus is God, isn't it?
Jesus
We-
God.
he's
Yeah,
God. Yeah,
Jesus
that's
God.
right. Yeah. He's
We'll
God.
talk about Jesus being God.
Have you ever read
Ever
John
read?
12?
I have read John
49.
12. Yes.
What does it said?
I can't recite it by memory,
So
but
that-
I
that
can
you don't
recite
know.
other things from memory,
So
like John
get
1:1.
your
Have
Bible.
you read John 1:1?
What John 1 say?
Okay, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
The
yes?
word was with God.
Yeah, and then what
That's
does-
the word, and then was what? And then
And the Word was God.
the word was God.
Yes.
That means that
and then the Word
let
became
me
flesh,
finish.
yes?
If you think that's Jesus, isn't it?
Yes, it
So
clearly
if,
says
if you
in the
replace
beginning
all
of
the
John's
word in Jesus,
introduction,
that means that in the beginning was Jesus, yeah?
the Logos.
No. If you
No,
replace,
we don't think Jesus as a man was forever uncreated. We
I
think
said
Jesus as the second
the
person of the Trinity.
word is who?
The Logos, wisdom.
Jesus. No, see now, it's
The
not.
second person of the Trinity.
No, listen. Trinity.
Wait.
Who said
Why
the
is it when I
Trinity
give
is
you
God?
an answer, you don't like how I give you the answer? You can't tell me how I'm supposed to
because
answer
you
you.
said that in the beginning.
If you don't understand the Trinity, that's your issue, not mine.
Let us read.
Are you go- okay.
John 1:1, yeah?
Okay, let's read. Yeah, let's do that. I
Gone
love that.
off the topic.
I know he is, but it's
Just
funny
get back
because
onto
he
it.
isn't going to do well. Are you ever going to answer my question about Jabril?
Hold on. I'll say
What's your game, bro?
I asked him when Muhammad saw Jabril in the Hira cave. Afterwards, he thought that he had seen a demon, and he was shaking according to Hadith.
According to Hadith,
and he
not according to
tried to
Quran.
kill himself.
Listen.
He tried to kill
Who
himself.
said
Wait.
that?
The Hadith,
Show me the hadith.
Sahih al-Bukhari.
Show me. Give me. Show it to me.
I'm not
Because
going
I want to read
yeah?
myself.
If you could,
Don't go and
listen to me,
copy
listen
and
to me.
paste.
Am I
Show
lying?
it. No.
Am I lying?
Did I say that you are lying?
You-
I want to prove. I want to learn from you.
Every Muslim
It's
knows
not about
this.
everyone
Every
knows. If
Muslim
you
knows
show
this.
that to me, then I'll
Right.
learn.
Am
then
I
I'll learn
lying?
from you.
Am I lying?
I didn't say so.
You didn't say
so.
Right, so
I said I want
am
to
I
know.
saying the truth?
If I tell you something, it's through the Bible. I don't.
Did Muhammad see Jabril in the Hira cave?
I said, show me the proof. That's my question.
Asking a question.
I don't even know if you believe this anymore.
Just
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
prove
yeah.
it, then we can analyze
I'm
it.
asking you, as a Muslim,
If you, no, for me, my salvation is not about all this. What I say is
but
that
your salvation entirely depends on whether or not Muhammad got revelation from Jibreel.
The Quran.
Yes, which came from Muhammad who saw Jibreel.
Show me the. If you show me
Am I making this up?
Listen, it says here, it says that in the beginning was what?
Yeah, okay, so let's read it, yeah? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was
Okay,
God.
let us analyze it. Let us analyze it.
Okay,
in the
okay.
beginning was,
The Word
and the word was.
with God.
So if the word was with God,
Yeah.
that was the means that there are two things. Word.
No,
with
no.
God.
Okay,
You
but then
don't-
it
you-
qualifies.
you
Read the
understand
next
English?
bit. Read the next bit. Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
word was
God.
the God in the past. Have you ever seen God in the past? The God was.
What are you talking about?
That's what it says.
Keep reading,
Because
and it
you-
will say that the Word
you want
became
to make-
flesh.
He will threaten me in a minute. I want to see the book.
No, we're going to give you the reference.
Show me what is it. Okay.
This is Al-Bukhari, Volume 9, number 111.
I'd rather
Who's
sorry
saying?
to interject, yeah?
Who's saying?
Just two things I just wanted to say, just so it's coming.
Sorry,
I'm just coming in, yeah?
Let it fit.
I'm a speaker, I'm a human, I can talk. I've got ethics as well.
Let him
don't
talk
try and
to me.
trouble me.
It's
Two
my
things,
brother. Let him talk. Let him
Yeah,
talk.
he's my brother. I've got to communicate with him, yeah? Two things. Well done for explaining from Yahya last week about Job and how he hit his wife gently with the 100 reeds. Well done. And second of all, I gave this guy Yaqeen Institute to talk about the age of Aisha. He came back, he said, oh, I remember it. He didn't remember it. Did he
Well,
bother to
me. Well,
research
me.
it?
So,
Well, me.
so you
Regardless,
see,
brother. That's
I
you
don't
see,
even know if I know
the
you.
age of Aisha.
Have I met you before?
Is
You
your
talk
name
about-
Chris?
Have I met you
Well, you
before?
took it to Luca last week. Is your name Chris?
I was,
There you go.
I didn't talk to you though.
Hello.
I don't even met you,
Hello,
mate.
Bess.
Mental.
John 12, 49. Read it.
Let's read it. Goldfish in a bowl.
Jesus said, for
Yeah.
I did not speak on my own.
Did not speak on his
but
own.
the Father who
The
sent
Father
me.
He sent him. He came from the Father.
Father who sent me.
Did he come from the
command me,
Father?
What I say? Command me to say all that I have said.
Ah, so Jesus,
So
when he
anything
speaks,
that
he
he
speaks
said,
on his
Jesus
Father's
speaking.
authority.
That's it. That's
Right.
not God.
So he is
That
united
means
with the
that-
Father.
No, he's not.
Where did he come from?
No, he's not.
Where did he come from?
From God.
He came from God.
Yeah.
Did he come from heaven?
From God.
Jesus
But
came from heaven.
Everything that he said is command from God. That's
Wow.
what it says here.
So he's in full unity with the Father.
No, it's not. He didn't say that.
It did say
He
that.
said-
It says he
said
doesn't
that the
speak on
Father
his
is
own.
greater than I. How can you say that they are the same?
Because he is Jesus
So
in flesh,
when,
yes?
when Jesus was dying on the cross, is he God that's dying? When
It was
Jesus was
the
dying on the
human
cross.
flesh that died on the cross.
So what?
Yes, God cannot die. God is spirit. The human flesh died on the cross.
How can the body die without the soul? How about the same?
The soul did not die. The human flesh died on the cross.
What?
The human flesh died on the cross,
What about the soul?
and then
What about the
Jesus
soul is-
himself
what?
raised him up 3 days later.
No! God raised Jesus. Don't lie.
No, Jesus, don't you lie. Jesus said, John chapter 2, verse 18 onwards, it says that Jesus will be the one who will raise himself up.
They say the Bible
in 3
says
days.
the God of our fathers
Jesus
raised
predicted
our
this.
Jesus, our God, our Jesus that you killed on the cross. That's what he
Yeah,
said.
absolutely,
He
absolutely.
cannot raise. He cannot do that. He cannot raise himself.
Jesus said to him in John 14, verse 13 and 14, that when he goes to sit with the Father at the right hand of the Father, that you can pray in his name
You
and
see,
he will answer the
he
prayers.
just even got
It doesn't
it
say the
from back
Father will,
once.
it says Jesus will.
Jesus went up and was sitting on the right hand of God. The
Is
God
that
was
divine?
sitting,
Is that
and
divine?
the God gave him small seat to sit on his right hand. You can see that's not God.
Jesus himself sits at the right hand of the Father and he answers prayers. Jesus
It's me,
is
I'm the
divine.
boss. So God was sitting and Jesus was sitting.
You're not answering my question.
You know, like small, like
You're not
like kids
answering
sit.
it. Not
They give
answering
you,
it.
they give you just
With
kids.
a reference.
Sit here.
The reference, yeah.
Sit here. Me, God.
Hey, let me
Join this, yeah.
5.3.
So read it.
John 5.4.
Okay, my friend.
No, we are reading John here. This is John.
We're
We
gonna,
have pivoted from all the different topics. You just keep changing, mate.
bro, you asked for English.
Because you are the one who said that Jesus, when go up, he was sitting next on the right hand of the God. If I was sitting
bring it
next,
back to him.
the right hand of my mother, is that make me my mother?
Listen to this, yes? This is careful, mate. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let's, hey, wait, listen a minute. Wait.
Two chairs, small one for Jesus, because you're small boy.
Hey,
You're
wait.
sit here,
I-
and the big
you
one
asked-
for Allah.
You asked me a question. Let me read you this, yes? Let me read you this. Mate, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
John 5. Okay.
He doesn't want to
Don't ignore
talk.
him.
Doesn't
I'm
want to talk.
time sorry now, boss.
Don't ignore him.
It's
You
don't wanna
asked for
talk.
evidence.
Is the
How
John
many chairs is there?
John 5?
How many chairs? Or thrones?
Jesus sits at the right hand of the Father.
So how
because
many
Jesus
chairs?
is
Let's
divine.
not count who's sitting on the chairs.
I'm telling you, it's an expression that illustrates that
That
Jesus
all
is
my
divine.
honor,
Do you understand?
that all my honor
Co-equality,
the Son,
sitting next to the Father.
that's the honor
Yeah,
the
sitting
Father.
next to you.
Yeah.
How many
It's an
chairs?
expression that proves the divinity. People can't just sit next to God. Do you understand that?
How many chairs?
That all may honor.
Why are you obsessed with chairs?
Because they're sitting. The word is sitting.
How?
So you're saying that,
hand of God.
why is that? You do
And
know
then
that
the
the Father
24
sits on the
says
throne.
that-
You just said the Father sits on the
Very
throne.
truly,
The
I
Father
tell
sits on the
you,
throne, yes?
And then
And does Jesus also sit next to him? And is that co-equal?
saying.
There you are then. Jesus is divine because he is co-equal.
wait.
Who is the first and the last according to Revelation?
I'm putting your hopping shoes on.
Because there are so many
honor the
places in
Son.
the Bible where Jesus says he's divine. I answered it.
They're sitting.
Yes,
In
Jesus sits
context,
to the
they
right
are
at the right
sitting.
hand of the Father, like the
How
Father
many-
sits on his throne.
How many chairs?
Why does the chairs matter?
They're sitting.
What does that matter? You keep referring to sitting. I'm telling you that it's an expression that illustrates
Why
that
are you
Jesus is
not answering
divine.
the question?
I'm
if
illustrating
I'm
my
sitting
point.
next to you, yeah? How many
Right.
chairs? Don't count me,
Right.
don't count you.
In
How
this
many
context, the expression would be co-equalness. Yes.
Okay, stop
Right.
going
So does
over
Jesus
the
sit
hill.
at the right hand of the Father? Does that
Okay.
not equate equality
sitting
with
on
the
the lap?
Father?
Are they sitting
still
on the
are,
same
son.
chair?
Why are you not addressing what I'm saying? I've just
Because you're
said
not.
the expression says that Jesus is
because you
co-equal
know
with the
the
Father.
answer is two.
Okay.
So why did you go there? Why did you just say that? Why did I have to say,
What, okay,
to say
okay. Now will you accept that that's an expression of co-equality with the Father?
No, because
So,
you say
so you won't
coexisting.
accept it then?
No, he said
You won't
on that
accept it.
day, he
Who
will
is
be
the
sitting
first
on
and the
the right
last?
hand.
Who is the first and
On
the
the
last?
right side.
Revelation
Who is
22,
the first and the last?
verse 13. Who is the first and the last?
This is what you're saying Jesus claimed.
Did Jesus say he's the first and the last?
And what did the rabbi say to him? He said, "This is what you're."
What are you on about? This is Revelation.
And what are
Have
they
you read
claiming?
the book of Revelation?
What is, so when Jesus says, I am
have
the
you read
first
the
and
Bible?
last, I'm a Bible scholar, but what I'm trying to say to you,
just read it.
I went on the point you went. Let's go to what you're saying now. He says, I'm the first and the last. I
Right,
am.
okay.
Yeah?
That's a divine
And
title,
what
yeah?
was the claim that the rabbi said to him?
What are you talking
Blasphemy.
about?
He
What?
said, you're claiming to be God, divine.
You're confusing
And what
two
did he
different parts
say?
of Scripture.
Okay, explain to
Okay,
me.
listen. In Revelation, Jesus says that he is the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end.
And what did
This
the-
is a divine title.
Okay, and what came from that claim?
You're thinking of like the book of John, where
Came from that claim.
nothing. This is Revelation. This is apocalyptic writing. Have you ever
Okay.
read Revelation? You're confusing two different parts of Scripture.
Okay, all right, I might be, yeah. As far as I know, when he claimed that, yeah, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
When he
I
claimed
think I know
that-
what you're referring
Yeah.
to. You're referring to when Jesus said he is the Son of Man, and he will sit at the right hand of the Father, and he will come in the clouds of heaven. And then the high priest that heard him say that said he was committing blasphemy.
You don't believe me?
Is that what you're referring to? Okay.
I said, sorry, I got distracted. There you go.
Listen, there are parts in Scripture that clearly say that Jesus is divine, and he comes from his own mouth. This is why Christians believe that Jesus claims to be God,
Where
right?
does it say it comes from his own mouth?
Okay, so let's take an example. John chapter 14, verse 61 to 62. Okay, Mark chapter 8, verse 38 then. But they're quoting Jesus.
No, you claimed that it came from his mouth, and then you quoted me John and Mark.
Well, someone had to hear him. Someone heard him say this, and as testimony they wrote it down, yes?
Okay, so
Right.
So you're verifying it didn't come from his own mouth.
Right.
You're telling me it came from
Where did
John's
the Quran
mouth.
come? Where did the Quran come from?
From God.
From Muhammad's mouth, yeah? Because he recited it. Do you believe Muhammad told the truth? Do you believe people heard it and eventually wrote it down?
No, they wrote parts of it while he was saying it.
Yeah, parts of it while he was alive, not all of it. Abu Bakr did it 2 years later, yeah? That's when he wrote it down.
You see that little boy?
I memorized it, yeah?
That little boy?
Okay,
See that little boy?
okay,
He could correct me.
okay. I don't know what you're talking about.
We've got a tradition
Right.
where it's been
Do
memorized.
you think Christians have that? Why?
Maybe you never thought of it.
You do know.
They claim that Jesus came back alive and he resurrected himself and he was walking down the Sabbath.
Yeah.
There was only one person, but there was only one person who saw it without an eyewitness.
No, there
That's what
were
they
over 500 people that saw it.
Well then.
I think you're confusing it with the story
How
of
about
Saul.
the people that rose from the graves?
All of his disciples saw it, and then when Thomas saw him, he said, "My Lord and my God." Yes, that's John chapter 21. Sorry, no, John chapter 20, verse 28. Sorry.
What I've heard, there was only one person who witnessed that.
You're confusing two things. You're confusing Saul seeing Jesus as a vision, and then only Saul saw that. You're confusing that with when Jesus
Saul is
actually
Paul,
resurrected
yeah?
and went to the apostles and to 500
Saul is Paul.
witnesses.
Saul Paul.
Saul is Paul's name. Paul, his old name is Paul. He had his name changed, basically. No, it's the same person, yeah. No, he never met Jesus as a person, no. He had a vision of Jesus. You're confusing the two.
He used to kill Christians. Vision, though.
How can he, what, sorry?
How can you believe his vision is true?
How can you believe his vision is true? Well, you can believe it from the people who were there, who witnessed Paul seeing it, and they heard things, they just didn't see it. Yeah?
At the same time,
Well, how can you believe Muhammad, what happened to him, right? You have to do it based off the testimony of Muhammad.
Chris, do a quick wrap up.
Yeah, good.
And then continue with him.
Yes. What happened there, Chris?
Oh, so, yeah, a lot of things happened there. Started off with a Muslim who didn't really understand how Muhammad, when he saw Jibril in the cave, he thought he was a demon, and he thought he was shaking. He thought he tried to kill himself and throw him off a cliff. Tried to read the reference to him, but he didn't really want to hear the reference. He changed the topic many times. He brought it back to the Muslims' favorite topic of whether Jesus is God. I'm perfectly happy to talk about that, but really when you start talking about it, they want to change the topic again. Then we went on to different parts of scripture where Jesus talks about where he is God. Really, they just don't want to believe it, and I think really that's really it. But yeah, God bless.
Thank you, Chris. Cut!